Hi, I'm here with the man who actually needs no introduction. He's taken Malaysia to so many great heights in Formula One and in so many other forms of competitive motor racing. The most successful driver in all of Asia, and somebody who debuted at the Italian Grand Prix in 2001 with Minardi. Alex Yoong, welcome to India. What are your impressions about X1?
Well, first of all, I don't think I am the most successful Asian driver, but that's very nice of you to say.
So many websites and magazines quote. So
well, very sweet to say. I think you got a couple of Formula One drivers from India who might doubt that, dispute that. But yes, I'm really glad to be here. I like the idea of a franchise-based format. We know how well it works in cricket, so wouldn't it be amazing if it worked well with motorsports?
Right.
So I'm really glad to be part of it.
To those set of audiences and watchers who aren't very familiar with the format of X1, how would you say that? How different is it from Formula One Grand Prix racing?
It's completely different, man. You can't even compare it. I mean, the cars are very different. I mean, Formula One, first of all, is it's the apex of four-wheel racing. We'll be racing junior Formula cars today. We're racing as a team. Formula One is not just one driver. There's so many different aspects. I wouldn't even begin to compare it. I just like it, just for people that don't know, it's city versus city, which is always fun. I always love it when you bring in the regional or local rivalries.
We love to pit our cities. We do that in football, we do that in cricket.
It's the same back in Malaysia. When we do the Southeast Asia Games or, regional competitions, it's great. Gets the blood flowing. So that's really good. I like the fact that we have the local drivers with the foreign drivers as well, because it lets people know who the local drivers are, helps with their visibility, with their profiles, and of course if they kick their butts, it looks really good for them, and hopefully they do that. The man and woman thing is also very cool too. Not enough women in motorsport by far, so hopefully we'll encourage more generations of women to...
On that count, let me pick your brains on this important question that we face all the time in the motorsport world. What can be done to promote more participation of women in different forms of competitive racing, especially in Asia and other places?
I think the FIA is moving in the right direction. They are trying to make it more women-friendly, because let's not mince our words. It's a very chauvinistic sport, and a lot of if you want to
male-dominated.
Yeah, but it's also like if you want to get good at it, you have to start go-karting at like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anywhere between 6 to 10, you need to be go-karting, and you need to be in the go-kart if you're really serious, 150 days a year. That's a lot of days if you have a little daughter. Just you want to go into a paddock, and if you're getting bombarded with sexist comments non-stop. I wouldn't want my daughter in that environment either. So we need to make sure that these environments are more gender neutral, and then I think we'll see more women in the sport. I think more families will be happier for their daughters to be in the sport, and there's no doubt about it. We just need more numbers, because there's no doubt in my mind that a woman can be just as quick as a man in a race car.
If I might ask you something in Formula One right now, so in the current context of things, Lewis Hamilton is doing pretty much exemplary stuff. Mercedes are dominating. They've been winning Constructors and Drivers' Championship again and again. Ferrari seem to be in the middle of a phase where they're trying to realign themselves, rekindle their strengths. Who do you think are the drivers who will be driving this sport in the future? We have like Max Verstappen. Do you think Leclerc and the other guys are the...
It's very exciting for the future. I mean, he's become the legend he always wanted, and he is that legend. He's doing such a great job. But, I'm really excited by the next generation coming up. Like you said, you mentioned Leclerc, Verstappen, the others coming up as well. Norris, George Russell. So the future looks very bright.
Kimi still going strong at 40.
Yeah, that's a nice story. I mean, I've written him off several times over the last couple of years. I have. And I still stand by that he doesn't deserve to be in a top team anymore. You can see the pace isn't quite as good as it was. But he's done a great job in Sauber. This year he's done a really good job in Sauber. And he's such a character. So when he does leave the sport, it will be a real loss.
What are your opinions about Formula E, the way it is shaping up right now?
Formula E is exciting like heck.
You've wanted to race in there, have you?
No, I've never really wanted to race. For me, the cars have been too slow. They only look great because you have them really tight tracks. If you put them on Formula One track, they'd look a bit funny because they'd be going so slow. Yeah. But actually, I take that back. I would love to race in it now because it's super competitive. Best drivers in the world, and anyone can win. It's a proper sport. We have different teams, they have different solutions to the battery technology, but the rules are so set in a way that no one can have a big advantage. So anyone can win. If a driver just performs a little bit of magic, he's at the front, and that's what I love about Formula E.
Who would be the hardest drivers you raced against?
Most talented was definitely Fernando Alonso.
Somebody you rate really highly.
His talent was. Everyone says, anyone that's worked with him, his talent was unbelievable. Hardest races. I don't know. There's so many hard races. I raced against Max Verstappen's dad, Jos. He was a hard racer. I don't know. The years start to blend into one after a while. No one really stands out.
Thank you for your time, Alex. Thank you.